All right, welcome back. We are on lesson number 3. And today we are now setting up our DAW, which is basically our online recording studio. So DAW means a digital audio workstation. So here we go. The one we are working on this here is called Soundtrap. Now take a look at this top left corner here, and that's how you get there. You're gonna have to go to soundtrap.com. Now, if you don't have an account, what it's going to do, it's going to ask you to sign in with Google. And because this is a trusted school DAW, you can sign in with your school Google name. All right, so go ahead and do that. And you could pause this video because I'm going to keep going. So then this way I could just record properly. So the first thing you're going to do once you get into Soundtrap, you're going to go here and enter the studio. We're not going to worry about anything else. Boom, enter the studio. I had stuff from before, so I'm just going to discard and I'm going to get to this screen here. You could either create some music or a podcast or collaborations, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go directly to music. Everything else we're going to explain as we use it. So for the purposes of today, click music. What we have here now are a few options. So the theme of today is EDM, which is electronic dance music. We are going to create some beats and make some people move. All right. So to get this started, we're going to create something called an 8-bar loop. Now, what is an 8-bar loop? Well, first, let's unpack what all that means. So first, bar. That also means measure. You could use both terms. They're the same thing. We're going to work within something called 4/4 time, which means there are 4 beats per measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. After that 4, I start counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 8 bars means I need to count 4 8 times. All right. So then that's what an 8-bar is. Now we added the word loop. Now what is a loop? Well, a loop means once I get at the end of the 8 bars, it's going to restart, but it's the same thing. So now it's a loop. So it's like a circles. So you're going to count to 8 4 times, and then it's going to restart and count to 8 4 times and so on. All right. Makes sense. Awesome. Okay. How do we create this? Well, take a look. We have browse loops, which means it's going to be something that's going to be repeating itself. There's patterns, there's playing a synth. Oh, a synth. We talked about synth in lesson number 2. But anyways, to create this 8-bar loop for an EDM, the first thing we're going to do is the most important thing for EDM, which is your kick drum. All right. Also known as a bass drum, which is that sound. All right. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to go through the loops. And in this top right corner, this pops up. All right. So what do I have to do? Well, I'm going to type in kick drum and see what's available. Let's see here. Boom. And things are changing at the bottom, as you can see. And then I'm going to look. So you're going to have to go through you don't have to go through all of them, but if you want a unique sound and not the same as everybody else, don't just grab the top one. But that one has a snare, so I don't want that one because I've asked you to get a 4, just a kick drum. So we just want 4 on the floor, which means 4 kicks to the beat. Boom, 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 boom. I did look at some of these earlier, so I know that this one's one of them. Oh no, that one has an extra little pop-up, so I don't want that one. I want 4 on the floor. Let's see here. Let's see. Hear that? So it's going to take some time to go through getting the sound you want, because some of them are going to have a deeper sound. Some are going to have this higher kind of kick sound. It depends on what you want for your dance beat. So if this is the one you want, then you're going to take it and drag it into your program. All right. So down here, this is the red button, record. This is stop. Let's go back to the beginning. This is pause. This is go to the end. I'm going to stop because right now, look at this. See these numbers up here? Let's measure 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to want this at the beginning of my song. There you go. So now I want 8-bar loop. So here's 1 bar, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't stop at the 8. You have to get to the end of 8 because there's 4 beats in the measure 8. All right, so now I have that. Over top here, this is my loop. So that's what I can move around, and that's what's going to help the sound repeat. This here is my guide showing where I am when I hit play and so on. So if I want to go back to the beginning, look at the bottom, boom, I'm at the beginning. The sideways triangle is the play. So I hit play, 2, 3, 4. Second time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth time, 1, 2, 3. Fifth time, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, 2, 3, 4, and 7, 2, 3, 4, and 8, 2, 3, 4, loop. All right, makes sense? 8-bar loop, kick drum, 4 on the floor. Boom. Okay, stop. We know what all these buttons do. We have the everything we just talked about. Now what's next? So the next thing in EDM is you want to create a melody. So something that is going to be catchy, something you could sing along to or hum, something that gets stuck in your mind. So that means you're going to look for something that is not extremely long that you won't be able to remember. A few notes with some few distinct rhythms. So a melody is a combination of pitch and rhythms, and it just creates magic. It's the main singing line of your song. So in Twinkle Little Star, it's not the background beat of it's ding 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 ding. That's the melody. Yeah. All right. So how are we going to do this? Well, you're going to do this with this section here called Play the Synth. Boom. You're going to click on it and look at that. It created a new track for me here. So like we talked about previously here in lesson 2 were tracks. So top here's my kick track. I can see the little sound waves where there is sound happening. So the bigger the wave this way, remember that's called amplitude. And then this way here's just showing us how long our sound wave is. Where there is no sound, that's where there's beautiful silence, which is also part of music. All right, so the second track now is our synth, where we're going to create our melody. At the bottom here, you can see that it created our keyboard. I could play with my mouse like that. I can use, at the bottom, you can see here, there's like Z, X, C, V, B, and so on. Those are not musical notes, okay? We do not have that many notes. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G with some flats and some sharps. But that aside, these letters here represent your computer keyboard. All right, so that's how we are going to make some kind of cool melody. Now, that's for your to play the actual notes. Up here, boom, you could change the sound of your synth. Oh my goodness, there are so many different ones. All right, so if I went here, okay, some of them are trial. We have a demo version, but if it's not, just pick the one you want. All right, we could play with these later on. I'm going to explain what all this stuff does as we go. Our main thing right now is we just want to play something to our beat. Feel free to check out what these things do, because the best thing to do when we're doing production is to experiment. All right, so we got 4 on the floor and we want to record this in. Whoa, what's the record button? Well, it's this here, this red button here. Boom. Let's see what's happening. It's counting at the top. Okay, so that's what I recorded. I'm not a big fan, but whatever, because eventually I'm going to show you how we could tweak these or even just delete it or so on. Maybe I'll show you how to delete it right now in case you create something you don't like. But if I want to hear it back, hit play. Maybe it's not that bad. Oh yeah. Okay, but anyways, if you don't like it, you could either click on it, hit delete, boom, it's gone. Oh my goodness, actually I wanted it. Go to edit, undo, delete, is back, okay? So there's so many buttons for us to test out, so many things for us to figure out, but one step at a time. We're gonna get through this and we're gonna create some awesome EDM. And then you can even create anything in any style of music you want. We're just getting the basics here, all right? So your job today, number one, set up Soundtrap. Number two, create a kick drum 4 on the floor, 8-bar loop. And then number three, you're going to create your melody line. And then we're going to share this in class. So awesome work, good luck, and I will see you soon.